Good evening, good evening. It's your girl Sunshine. Mwah, mwah, mwah. So tonight, we're doing something different. We are, okay, hold on one moment. Hold on one moment. I am trying to connect Father MC into the live. One moment. Give me one moment. Look, y'all. He's there. Just trying to get him on. Hold on one moment. Hold on. Okay. So I just sent the request to Father MC so he can log on so we can talk to him. Hi, how are you? Good evening.
Hey, what's going on with you?
Now, what time is it over there with you?
7 o'clock.
Okay, in the evening?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I do thank you for coming on and taking time out of your busy schedule and your project to come on and speak to your fans.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. But first, I want to give a condolences out to DJ Bilal, who lost his sister just last night.
Sorry to hear that.
So,
Damn,
yeah.
Bilal. God bless,
First,
man. I'm sorry.
and to Prince Marky D.
Whoa, that's my guy.
I
Yeah, very sorry.
know. How do you feel about discussing him during the interview? Because I
Yeah,
know
it's my
that you
guy.
and him and were close, especially when writing the treat them like they want to be treated.
Yeah,
So,
Mark. Yeah, Mark is my guy. Definitely.
okay. So first and foremost, we want to thank everyone for tuning in. And again, from Sunshine Nicole here at Does Speak Easy, appreciate your time and energy knowing that you were in the studio.
Yeah,
So,
it's crazy. That's why I get situated as we go, as you talking.
oh no, I understand. So if you need to get situated, go ahead because I know you was just finishing up.
No,
Do
I'm
you need
good.
to
I'm
get
good.
okay.
I'm good. I got you.
So for the viewers who may not know you, introduce yourselves and let them know who you are.
Hey, y'all, what's going on? I'm Father MC. Thank y'all for having me.
Now, you're originally from Far Rockaway, correct?
I'm from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
I was
But
born in Brooklyn, but raised in Far Rockaway.
okay, because
Yeah.
my cousin and my son's father had said that you lived in one of the buildings way back in the day in Far Rockaway.
Nope. I used to be, I lived in the good part. I lived in Bayswater in Far
Okay.
Rockaway, but I used to always be in the projects.
Okay.
So everybody
Okay.
thought I lived in 40s. They thought I lived in Hamels. They thought I lived in Edgemere. Everywhere.
Okay.
Redfern.
Okay. Well, I'm happy you cleared it up. See?
Yeah. But I see why they say that, though. That's not the first time I heard that, because they even thought I lived uptown in Manhattan, uptown in Harlem, because that's where I used to be at all the time. In Far Rockaway, I used to be scattered everywhere. Like,
Mm.
yeah.
See, I'm so happy that you solved that, sum that up. Because they were saying one thing. Look, we hear it here from you first. Now, in the passing of Prince Marky D,
Mm.
a lot of people wanted me to ask you about treat them like they want to be treated. And watching one of your prior interviews, you stated that you and Prince Marky D had something totally different
Right.
before Jodeci. Can you break that down even more and let them know what, like, has that even surfaced? The
No, it
original?
hasn't even surfaced. It's crazy because I took the idea to Mark, and when I took the idea, he said, "Come." I met him at the mall because that's where he was at. I met him at the mall. He said, "Yo, let's go to the crib." Corey Rooney the producer for me and for everyone in the world. Um, he before he was even known, I was his first record that he touched, Corey Rooney, and I told them my idea, and Corey is a singer as well as a producer, and Corey Rooney. So I gave him the idea, and he started singing it, and then of course, I did the rap and everything, and that's the first time I've really considered me doing a real record. Like I've been in the studio all the time, just in the studio, and I thought I was making records until I started getting with producers and learned how to really make records. And when I heard it, that's when I really knew I'm on to something. You know what I'm saying? And Corey was treated him like you want to be treated, just simple, just that. And it still was a hit. I think if that record would have came out without Jodeci, it just would have still been a hit because the way Corey was singing it, it was hot. Once we went and got Jodeci, I already knew it was out of here. I knew I was out of here. My hands was throwing up like, okay, it's over. I'm packing my bags now. The album ain't even done. Let's go. I'm ready to go on tour. And it was interesting because I had so much fun with Prince Marky D. God bless my brother, man. And I felt a certain way, still do. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I'm in the studio and I'm finishing Black Disney, my new album, and I called Mark. This is crazy because I called him 2 days before. And, we called each other to snap jokes, crack jokes, because me and Marcus always go at it. And I said, well, you'll call me back. I wasn't there, well, he's busy or whatever the case may be, and he just started doing Rock the Bells, I was his first interview, as a matter of fact, on Rock the Bells. And he called me and I said something. I said, I didn't pay no attention. I'm in the studio and I get somebody text me. I don't even know the guy. He just texted me and said, Father, please tell me this is a lie. And I'm like, what? Like, I'm looking, I'm like, huh? And then I'm like, what's a lie? He said, the picture I sent you. So I seen a picture, a flyer, but I'm so occupied. And then I went back. I said, let me look at this. And I looked and I said, huh? So I said, yo, what is this? And he said, that's when I got the call. I got the call from one of my other producers, Janoy Parker, the producer of for SWV. And he called me and he was like, yo, did you hear? I said, hear what? And now I'm putting two and two together because now I'm reading the flyer in my Instagram, in my DM. And I'm like, Janoy, tell me this isn't so, man. Tell me, please tell me. And he's like, yo, I don't know. I'm calling you to find out. And then I just said, yo, pause everything. I told him, call Corey. And when we called Corey, and I asked Corey, I said, Corey, please tell me this is a lie, man. And he said, nah. He said, Father, it's real. It's real. And it hurt my heart. Like, you don't understand. Like, Mark was a character. He was a beautiful person. He loved to laugh. He loved to laugh. And I don't care if your joke was corny. It's the way if you said it, and it could be corny, he would just burst out laughing, man. And a great person, man. A great individual, man. I mean, on every album I worked on, I enjoyed them. Soul Convention, I enjoyed them, I love these guys because I was like a baby and we all were like, except Marky D, Prince Marky D, he was a celebrity. But it was like, I'm coming in, and when we came in, I was, regular, and he take me to McDonald's, and I'm in this Porsche, and just friends. We turned friends instead of just producers. Some producers, it was strictly, all right, let's work, and I'm out of here. With Mark and Corey, I eat at their houses. Moms would cook for us. I mean, it was crazy, and he was so young, and to see him go, that's why I tell the brothers out here, man, we older, even the young cats, too, the younger cats, women, too, whatever you feel you have something, go to the doctors, man. Don't be afraid to go to the doctors for COVID. Get COVID, you know what I'm saying? Go and get checked and go handle your business, man.
I agree.
You have to, I just love the guy, man. and then I lost Andre Harrell months earlier. You know, this is crazy. I lost so many people in this COVID thing. It's nuts. You know, Butter, you know, Chuck. I mean, shit, man, I'm on the phone. Me and my team from New York and Virginia and Jersey, we all on the phone, and they all scattered. So we got this thing called Poker Face that we play on the internet. We could see each other like I'm seeing you, and we all cracking jokes while we playing and cursing each other out, laughing. And we just was planning on coming out, you know, when the things get, you know, a little easier. And then next thing you know, we didn't see one of my cats on there, and he passed away. You know, God bless the Chuck.
Wow.
Yeah, and then Butter just died a couple of weeks ago. I mean, this is crazy, man. And these are cats. It's either you my people and we rock and roll, or I don't know you. It's one or the other. My circle is so small, but it's so huge. Like, you know, I don't, you know, I'm a workaholic, so I stay in the lab, you know, and it just makes me go even harder because I was going to, you know, thinking about making a record for Mark, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I just want to remember him my way. You know what I'm saying? That's why I didn't do it for Andre. I was going to do one for Andre Harrell. You know, I want to remind these cats, you know, it is, you know, they definitely deserve their roses, and, you know, man, that's crazy.
No, I do understand. And I thank you for talking about it because I followed you guys growing up. I
Mhm.
followed you. I was in high school, I think ninth grade,
Okay.
and I had your CD. My mother said, okay, what CD do you want? I was like, Father MC, Method Man.
Thank you.
I was labeling on. I have your CD now down in the basement
Wow.
in the crates.
Wow.
When
That's
I
crazy.
say I love hip hop and I love R&B, when you came out, Jodeci, Mary,
Mhm.
you guys just took it. So you're a legend. You're an
Thank you.
icon. How
Thank
can
you
we
so much.
not have history on the show? In order for the new cats to know where it all originated, you guys helped pave the way.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man, because, you know, it's, I mean, rappers came so far, and I'm so proud of just the game itself. But, you know, a little stuff got into the game, but, you know, besides all of the BS, you know, it's crazy, you know.
Yes. And everybody's blowing up in here calling you an icon and a legend.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all too.
There was someone that commented, asked, did you, how's your relationship now with Mary J. Blige from back then to now? Do you guys still keep in touch?
Yeah, I keep in touch with everyone. Uptown is a family. We never die. I mean, well, part, you know, quote unquote. But I'm just saying, that's crazy. See, that's crazy. But that's crazy. My manager probably laughing crazy, right?
Hmm.
Um, I mean, in spirit though, yeah, we ain't
Hmm.
going nowhere, man. We, you know, just same thing with Motown. You know what I tell people, like when we were making records, it was a more of a thing where we were the soundtrack to the people our age lives. We were the soundtrack, like we was getting it in. We were, you know, we was trying to make it make sense. We was making records. We was having fun. We was going on the road getting money. You know, yeah, people was getting, you know, shot up or beat up or whatever the case may be, but it wasn't as like it is right now. You know, and we were the soundtrack for the 1990s, man. I dropped my album.
Hmm.
I signed in '89. I dropped my album in the '90, and that was my whole life changed. Like, and I tell people all the time when they go into the studio and they want to quit, and I'm like, don't quit, man. I'm telling you, because you'll never know. You'll never know what God had planned for you if you stop. You know what I'm saying? If it's the money for the studio, figure it out. Right now, you don't even need these big studios. Go into a home. People making records in closets right now. So
Hmm.
I'm just saying, you know, figure it out. The talent is there, and for women, I love that the women are doing their thing, man. I don't care, like from Little Kim to Foxy to Nicki to now Cardi. And I told people, I discovered a lot of people. I discovered a lot of people, but Cardi B, I told everybody she's gonna be a star. I didn't hear none of her music, nothing. Just when she was on Love and Hip Hop, and I just kept my attention kept going to her. Yes, she's sexy,
Mm.
but I wasn't even on that because when I start paying attention to business, I'd just be looking with a naked eye, and I'd be like, "Yo, she." But I tell people, and people don't get it. Remy Ma is dope. Remy Ma
Yes.
is dope, but Cardi B was so approachable to these people. And I'm saying to the pop side, where she was the Lucille, Ricky Ricardo, Lucille. She's
Mm-hmm.
that chick to them. And when I seen her one night on, I think Jay Leno or somebody, and they just gave her the mic and said, "Take my show over." I said, "She's out of here." I said, "She's out of here." And then when she
Mm.
came out with that record, and the record was hot,
Yes.
I said, "She's gone. She's out of here. She's out of here." And I love the fact that she's sustaining it too. You know, it's going to take somebody. No, I think it's going to. Cardi's here for a long time,
Oh,
and
she is.
so is Megan. Megan, you see,
Yeah.
I was bugging out because I seen Megan right on some show, and they were saying how she tried for Love and Hip Hop and she didn't make it. Right? I bet you
Mm.
they wishing that whoever was the casting need to get fired, money, because you know how crazy they would be right now if they had Megan. It's about discovery, and certain times don't think you're too big not to help people out. You get what I'm saying? It's
Yes.
everyone needs a hand, but at the end of the day, I went to I went to I went to all the cats that when I was trying to come out, I never asked for help, but what I did was when I was going to the studio, I recorded no matter how much the studio was. I was going reading album covers and seeing where the artist, like where did they record at. So I know I would go like 40 minutes early and sit in the lobby just waiting for them just to see me so I could
Mm.
introduce myself. Hey, yo, what's up? I'm Father MC. And I'll never forget Flavor Flav told me I was going to be a star. Queen Latifah, rest in peace, Jam Master Jay. He said, "You're going to be a star, money." And I'll never forget. And he said, "Let me hear you." And Queen Latifah, she co-signed it wholeheartedly. And it was like, I was like, wow. Then I started seeing Salt and Pepper. I was going to the clubs in New York. I was getting around. All you have to do is get around. And we didn't have internet back then. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have all of this social media, stuff. Like, I'm new to Instagram. I'm at the Real Father MC, y'all. So anybody want to come, I welcome all of y'all. At the Real Father MC. My Twitter and Facebook, all of that is on there. But, you know, the thing of it is I watch you. I watched you a couple of times because my manager told me he was getting down. So I watched you, right? And I'm laughing because I'm looking at you like you're starting to making yourself.
Oh,
So
I
you should give
appreciate
yourself an
that.
applaud. You be having a couple of guys with you too sometimes, I think. But
Yes.
yeah, I'll be checking you out low key,
Oh, thank you.
watching
I
from afar,
appreciate it. I
watching from afar.
appreciate you, King.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I appreciate it. And I thank you because I did this before and I was like, God, if this is for me, then I know it'll come back around. And it came back in full blown. And
That
then,
part.
yes. And my
Okay.
cousin linked me with Bilal, who's best friends with him. I'm originally from Huntington, and my cousin's from Wyandanch.
You
And
know, I got
so,
a house in Long Island, right?
no.
Yeah, West Babylon.
Okay.
I bought that. That was the first house I bought my mother. First house, and then I got a one in Vegas. That's why I'm always in Vegas, yeah.
Oh, look, I love Vegas. I miss Vegas. Oh my goodness, I
I'm about to
miss
get
Vegas.
another one too. Real shit. Yeah, Vegas is. I'm just a gambler, man. So it's sucks.
You only live once.
I know
Here's the
that's right.
thing. You only live once. So if anything, at least I'm gonna say I tried. If I don't succeed or if it comes back around again, I try. Revamp it. Let's go.
You
Uh,
know, I wanna give to my hometown for Rockaway up. I see them in the building. Love y'all, man. I love y'all. For real. It's too many of y'all to say even names, man. It's just crazy. It's for that. I'm seeing it though.
I,
Farak is definitely in the building.
I still have
Bayswater.
family
I said
there.
Bayswater,
Long
but
Island.
yeah.
Hmm.
40s, Auburn, Redford, Edgemere. I mean, everywhere, man. Everywhere. Dayton Towers. Man, it's crazy. You know.
When's the last time you've been home?
I be in New York. The thing of it is I don't get to go because once I'm in New York, I'm always shuffled everywhere. Like I'm supposed to go to New York in 2, 3 weeks or something like that. I got a reality show they talking about. It's the Father of Love, and they putting
Ooh.
that together where I'm searching for a true love, But they're gonna have 20 girls from like all around the world though. But they're gonna have 20 girls, 30 girls in Atlanta, 30 girls in Cali, and I'm torn between Cali and Atlanta. So
Oh, ladies,
we're in
y'all hear
negotiating.
this?
We're
You
in
hear this?
negotiating for that. You know,
Oh, you? Okay.
it's gonna
That
be
brings us
real
to
interesting.
the that brings us to one a few ladies that have watched that I put out. Hey, y'all have any questions when I interview them?
Oh God, there you go.
That was going to be, is there a lady in your life? And you just said you're about to have a show.
Yeah, there's a lady in my life. Yeah, yeah, there's a
Okay.
lady in my life. I love her to death. But that's the hardest thing. Like with people, like no matter what you do, like the people in your life, they have to understand where you're coming from where you at. And I'm about to jump back into this arena, and it's gonna be hard, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Like I don't know why
Yes.
people act like I can't take it. Like if they understood the history of I was on tour, it was crazy. It was crazy, but I was very respectful. I ain't never, we ain't never do nothing that we couldn't handle.
I understand that one.
Yeah.
Look, I'm happy you're back.
Thank you so much. I'm
A,
happy
lo-
too.
a lot of people want to know what have you done when you were staying from the scene?
I was producing. I was producing for everybody, man. I just was low key, and then I got this thing called the Brown Investment Group. Where tear down the houses and keep one up, one pole up, and like a whole bunch of homes. And been doing that and just traveling
Hmm.
everywhere I went to on tour for all the years that I went on tour. Anywhere that I wanted to go that I could just imagine, like I went to. I heard all the rumors. I heard that I was poor. I heard that I was homeless. I heard, and the thing that's crazy, this guy got on the internet and he was, he never said Father MC. This is how funny the world is, right? He said, he was in a shelter and everything. I'm like, I'm not even mad at the world because they don't see father or whatever. I'm more pissed off at the people I know because I've got so many calls like, yo, God, you all right? You all right? I'm like, all right, for what? I'm all right for what? And then they told me, so I went on and I seen the kid, right? And I'm like this, like my man. He worked for Diddy. He worked for Puff. So they said that somebody was mad at Puff. Me and Puff like this. So why am I mad at? I'm thinking like, and I'm like, why would y'all even assume that it's like? But you know what it is? It's the game. You got to understand one thing. When you get into this game, you got to accept everything that comes with it, the good and the bad. At the end of the day, I heard I was married to Teresa Randall. I was never married to Teresa. She was my girl though. Now she's a good girl, but I never was married to her. Never was that. I had a good time with her, and we had a good time
Hmm.
going out and stuff like that. But I wasn't married to her. You know, industry women are crazy. That's all I can tell you.
Just industry?
Bananas. But I'm saying that, whew, don't give a chick a check. You give a chick a check, boy, whew, you know.
Oh,
But they cool.
that's good to hear.
They cool.
Bilal
Oh,
said you're cool people. So he was like, oh, yeah, father. I was just speaking with Chill Will last week, and he's awesome as well. Do you guys catch up?
Daryl,
And
Daryl, I'm always on the phone with Daryl. I'm always on the phone with Daryl, and we bug out. He's doing this thing. He invited me to New Orleans. He was shooting. You know, he's on Law and
mm-hmm,
Order, NCIC or something like that. And
mm-hmm,
he invited me to,
NCIS.
yeah, to come out there, and I said, well, man, I'm trying to maintain. There's only a certain amount of places I go that I trust. Like I was invited to come to Miami,
Okay.
and I'm really not really rocking with Miami yet because it's still nuts so out there. Atlanta's crazy, but I'm in Atlanta because of all the meetings I got, and I have to handle business. New York is cool. Everybody think LA is shut down, and it's not. Yo, eye opener. All the restaurants are open back up. Like,
Really?
yeah, it's like they crazy, and y'all just play safe and be safe, man. Just wear that mask,
Mm-hmm.
man. Real stuff, man. Real talk. Don't be too cool. I think masks is sexy right now because it's the way of life for us right now. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got one on right now because
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the studio, but it's the way of life. Michael Jackson was ahead of his game, ahead of his time. Look, he was wearing that 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
He
I'm
was
thinking
talking
about going to
about a
get me some
lot.
animals. Yeah, I'm thinking, shit. He knew something we didn't know. I'm about to go get me a tiger or something. I don't know what to do.
Oh,
You know?
one of the members from Outkast has, I saw him just live on Instagram last week with some wild animals.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, it's crazy.
yeah.
I ain't gonna go that far. Get me nothing crazy. But I'll get me I have 5 dogs though.
Oh, what type?
Oh man, I got they ferocious. I got a Maltese. I have
Mm.
a Shih Tzu. I have a Yorkie, and I have American Eskimo, and I just got a Chow. Not a Chow. What's this little Brooklyn? What is he? I don't know. One of them little bad dogs. Bad. Oh my God, she's a nut. She is a nut.
Oh,
I had her from 6 weeks, so I had to treat her like a kid. I had to buy the bottles and do all the stuff. My peoples from
mhm.
Azjet, Paris, they came and they gave them to me from Vegas. They drove down to LA and they came out here and gave it to me. And that dog has not left my side ever since, man. Crazy.
Oh.
That little, you want him? I'm just joking. I'm
I have
joking.
no, I know you can't give it away. Once you said 6 weeks and you had the bottle
Yeah.
feed, yeah, no.
Yeah, the dog
Um,
will not leave me alone. Will not leave me alone.
oh,
And he bites. She bites like crazy. Like,
well, she's teething.
yeah, she's a nut. Yeah. I bought 2 pair of new Tims, man, and then she chewed them all. Like, when Tims get messed up, they messed up.
hmm
And like,
Well, if you go to the pet store or you could order it online, there's this spray because when I had my baby
yeah,
Ronnie,
yeah. I think I know what you're
there's
talking
a
about.
spray
Yeah.
and they'll stay away from it because my Rottweiler, God rest his soul, I got him when he was 5 weeks old and nurtured and everything. It was to the point where I had to make a bed on the floor with him so he could get acclimated with the house and me. And then he was very protective.
Somebody
He
asked me, can I show the dog? I'm in the studio, that's why I can't. Dickens Street, yes, yes, Dickens Street. Yeah, yeah. Used to be on Dickens with my homegirl. What's her name? Jillian? Yeah, Junior and all of them. Yeah.
Oh,
My
we got
road
a
manager
lot of
lived.
fans.
My road manager lived on Dickens. Tim. That was one of my road managers. He lived on Dickens Street. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
But yeah, look at that spray. That spray does work. It kept him
yeah.
away from all my stiletto shoes. He ate
Yeah, that
it's
part.
oh, you know shoes.
That part. That's what I'm
You
saying.
know, yes.
All day. Yeah.
That spray works heaven. So now with you being back in the studio, how much longer until the album drops?
Well, we have this thing. We got the Uptown movie coming out, the 3-part miniseries on BT. That's they're shooting. They're getting back because COVID messed it up. And before Dre passed, that's when they started turning up the heat on the movie, the Uptown movie. And now Dre passed. It's more of what they're doing and see. I'm looking at the time frame because I'm not just going to drop an album. I'm coming like I came before. Like when I came before, it was all planned, marketing, video, everything. I'm not even shooting videos. I'm making movies. We making movies, and I know a lot of people
Ooh.
say they shooting a video. There's a movie. We making a movie for real. Like
Okay.
we making a movie for real. It's like, it's nothing to do. Everybody bored, so all of these directors wanna give you more than what you giving. So we just
Hmm.
sizing it up and we making it make sense. You know, all the states that are clear, we about to jump on the tour bus. We're about to jump on the tour bus and go and see everybody. Like you, for instance, everybody that show love, we coming to see. We coming to shake hands. We coming to knock doors down because at the end of the day, the internet is great, but I'm a more people person, man. Get me in front of you and let me show the love because y'all showing the love to me. So that's what I feel.
Oh, oh, yes. When he said you was in LA, I was like, no,
Where are you
okay.
at?
I moved up to Buffalo, New York, but I
Oh,
went
I used to be
down.
I used to be right up there. My daughter, she graduated Syracuse.
Okay.
Yeah, she
Well,
graduated Syracuse.
let
Cold,
me
cold.
tell you, when I was able to get in and speak with Paris from EPMD, I went down to Long Island. I was like, I have family still there. I was like, what? I was like, I'll be there. I could do an in studio interview. Say no more. I was
I was on
down
tour with
there.
them. I was on tour with them. I was on tour. The crazy part, they crazy, and I love Eric and Paris, man.
Mm.
I remember I met Eric. His baby moms and my daughter moms, they were best friends, but I never met Eric before Father MC. So we had Jack the Rapper, this event they used to have in Atlanta, biggest
Mm.
rap convention. It was bananas, man, bananas. And man, I'm there now. I'm Father. I'm just coming out. Chicks is loving Father, and I see Eric standing in Atlanta. We at the Marriott, and they got the elevator, the blind,
Mm.
like the elevator you can see through. So
Oh.
I'm seeing him. And he's looking down at me, and he's seeing how I'm working with the ladies, right? So I said, all right. Next thing you know, I ain't say nothing to him. Around 3 weeks later, I get called in the office at ICM, my booking agency, International Creative Management, and they asked me, this is what came on their desk. It was Eric Sermon, DJ Quick, Chub Rock, Candyman, Father MC, Gangstar. It was a lot of us, and I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
wait a minute, this is a hip hop tour, money. Guys, like, what you put me on here for? So Eric came in the office, and I asked him. I said, "Yo, E, what's up, man?" We met, formally met, and he said, "Yo, man." I said, "Why y'all got me on y'all tour with y'all?" And he said, "Cause you gonna bring the chicks." He said, "All of us gonna bring the dudes. You gonna bring the chicks,
Mm-hmm.
man." I kid you not. When my bus would pull up and it had Father MC on the, where it tells you where it's going, what state it's going. It had Father MC. When my bus would pull up we go to the mall because we want to go to the mall to get some gear, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we used to get kicked out of. It was like a play. We used to get chased and bamboozled, and we stayed. This one guy said, uh, I forget. We were in Tampa, and they said it was. I forget the name of the club, but he said Jodeci was there like 6 weeks ago, and it didn't sell out. And I'm like, why didn't it sell out? We was on the radio for like 3 hours. Me and my team from New
Mm-hmm.
York, we just having a ball. We laughing. One of the program directors for the station, when I had to do a little when I was bad back in the day, he was in the facility I was at. But anyway, he was the program director, right? And
Okay.
we stayed there and we laughed and bugged out. And they was like, well, it's gonna be hard to sell out. We was like, we just gonna go and have fun. If it do it, do it. Don't it, don't. Whatever. Man, do you know we got to the building and it was like off near a highway. And my bodyguards and them, they looking like, man, this place is empty. Like I was like, damn. So we chilling, chilling in the back, cracking jokes, doing whatever. My bodyguard comes back 20 minutes later. Yo, my God, your money, y'all need to come. So we go to the back door. He showed us. We peeked out. Man, that damn line was from there. It was a walk-up state, like a walk-up city. I didn't even know,
Oh.
like, certain cities, the states, they got where they come the day of. They're not a like a buy your ticket city. So they go the day of. Like,
Okay.
right. So man, for and I was like, if Jodeci didn't fill this club up, man, I ain't gonna do nothing with this. I mean, I'm gonna do something, but I ain't. Man, we sold that club out. But you know what? I put it to us going to the radio station, and we wowed out for 3 hours. We had
Mm.
so many nail salons that kept calling the station saying, "Yo, we'll pay father if he comes to the nail spot, the manicure spot for the women getting their nails done." I'm like, well, we just had so much fun that we just was like, we had, and all my dudes, I was there with like 30 dudes, man, no exaggeration. Just my tour bus is my tour bus, so I'm letting all my cats jump on. And my cats was knuckleheads too. So they wilding out, they trying to talk to everything that moved. Like it was crazy. And we went and we destroyed it. And we actually the cops had to escort us out of the premises to the hotel all the way. And
Your father MC, of course.
well, yeah, I know that, but I'm saying like for a place that they said didn't sell out. And
Mm.
when we got to the hotel, man, they had the whole police department there, but they wasn't there to wild out. Like I'm thinking, what the hell is happening? Like, I got a little thing, and I'm like knocking. I'm going to the door, and the cops come knocked at my door. I'm like, yeah, what's going on? We just want to make sure you're okay, father. You okay? I'm like, yeah. It might like they making sure my bodyguard's okay. That's how much they wanted to be there too. And you would think like no crime is happening. If anybody ever wanted to commit a crime, they should have did it that night. 'Cause they would have got away with it because they had everybody out there.
Oh my goodness. I love hearing these stories
Oh, the
because
stories, you have no idea. Jesus.
we when I went to meet with Paris, he was hilarious as well. And the stories he told us that nobody heard before, it was just it's great because you guys paved the way. So to have you on and to sit and talk with you is a blessing and honor. And to let everybody else, I still listen to my 90s music. I
Well,
listen to nowadays too, but I'm stuck with the 90s and the realness. I
the
miss
the
it.
the tour we went. I was excited. I wasn't excited about the Jodeci Mary J. Blige tour. I see them all the time, so I know I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna do my thing. The tour I
Hmm.
was excited about was High Five, Troop, Candyman, Tony, Salt and Pepper, Father MC. We had to get to Virginia, and we're the last bus to arrive. Everybody's there.
Mm.
So, Tony, all of them, Salt and Pepper, everybody's there, and we the last ones to get there. Boom, we get there. It's late. We hungry. The pizza places, so we steal the pizza from. We catch the guy from the that's delivering the pizza, and he had like 4 boxes of pizza. And we said, yo, he was like asking the guy at the door, like which way to go. And I said, like, I seen his slip. And I said,
Mm.
like this. I said, yo, that's 1518. I don't know who room it was. It was Salt and Pepper's room. So we took the pizzas. And when we got there, my team, we like to play CeeLo. Pepper comes in the room and she starts playing. And she's like, yeah, we ordered pizza too. And we know that we had to eat some of our pizza. It was crazy. But it was crazy because to get to know all of these people with hit records with, you know, different personalities and stuff like that, it was crazy and it was cool. It was cool. Never know ego, but certain people had egos, but it didn't bother. You know, you listen to
Oh,
everything's gonna be all right. Barbara listened to everything gonna be all right. I thank you so much because it is everything's gonna be all right.
it is.
Yeah,
Now, with the pandemic going on, I'm happy to hear that you're going to tour. Do we know when that'll start?
everything is pendant on how the world is moving right now.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's pendant on how the world. That's why I decided, like, all my company was like, no, stop leaking. I'm leaking whatever money. These people they showing me the love, and I'm linking to let them know I'm here. I'm coming, man. Y'all just bear with me because it's coming, definitely. I'm just not gonna just. I'm not new to this, so it has to make sense. If you get what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, it has to make sense. So when I go, it's going like you know people in my camp, F Media Corp, they be on like, yo, we, strategically, whatever, money. Let this record fly. Like I got people working right now as we speak in different states, in cities, like getting it going because they know it's about that time. It really is about that time. And if we get 20 cities that are open, we going to attack it, you know.
Oh, there's plenty of cities open, and trust me, Buffalo wants you. I will be by my look. Let me know. I'm
Buffalo is
like, yep.
open?
Buffalo's open. Cuomo finally started taking the reins off of things. Thank
Okay.
goodness. Yes. But I do miss Miami, and I'm with you with that. I was like, I don't know if I could go back there right about now.
Yeah, it's crazy because
No.
I'm supposed to go to Miami. I'm supposed to go to Miami. I just got back from Vegas yesterday. Yesterday. I'm supposed to go to
Mm,
Miami, but I gotta go. I got a lot of places. I got like so much stuff on my calendar, and this is not business. This is strictly go and have a good time. I got Hawaii, I got Puerto Rico, and I got the West Indies. But the West Indies, they just had something happen to them, a hurricane or whatever, but it messed it up. And
mm,
now the COVID thing out there, so you know, we don't know. You know,
okay. Well, yes, trust me, Buffalo wants you. Come on
I want
up.
Buffalo too. I
Look,
did Buffalo
I'll even
before.
go
Trust
down to
me.
Long Island. Look, if you go down to Long Island, I'm like, that's just only a 5 hour drive. I'm good with it, and it's an hour and 10 minutes flight. I will do it.
Do you know what's the crazy thing about my home, New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I had announced that I'm starting to work on my album, and this was before COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And before COVID, I had the Apollo. They were negotiating for the Apollo for me to come back and do my first New York appearance in so long at the Apollo, and they was going to the Javits Center or whatever. They were just like negotiating the buildings, and when we finally was getting close, shut down. And I was
Mm.
like, so I'm definitely when I go to New York, it's gonna be really big. It's gonna be really big because I loved shutting down Madison Square Garden. I loved the people that came out. I had so much fun.
Yes. I was supposed to go to LA back right when COVID hit last year. Had airplane tickets, had Disney fast passes. We was just
Hey,
gonna go. And 2 days before our trip,
tell me.
everything got shut down. I'm
Tell me,
like,
I'm telling you, I went to Hawaii 4 times, and I was going to Puerto Rico, but Puerto Rico had that hurricane, so I just switched the ticket. Everything was paid for. I was going, and then Puerto Rico had the hurricane, so I just flipped it to Hawaii, and I just came back from Hawaii 3 times, and then I went to Hawaii the fourth time because Puerto Rico was messed up. I love Hawaii too, by the way. Hawaii's
oh, I
crazy.
do. My
Hawaii is
mother
just
took us.
expensive, but it's crazy. It's
It's
worth it.
expensive, but it's
It's
well
crazy.
worth it
It's
because my
crazy.
mother, for my graduation from high school,
Hmm.
1994, she was like, "What do you want to do?" I was like, "I want to go to Hawaii." We went to
Hmm.
Hawaii, stayed on one island, took the helicopter to the
Do you
other, and
remember? Do you
oh,
remember? Do you remember?
Mount
Whoa.
Diamond. One of the islands has Mount Diamond because when we
Okay.
came out on the
I
balcony,
think
it's
I
Diamond.
know because when I went on the water, they were saying like over there it was by itself. They had an island and it was nothing but like real diamonds. They had like a history about it.
Hmm.
Man, we on the boat and the boat was a party boat. It was a drinking boat. The boat went so far out, right? And I'm chilling. I'm like this. So next thing you know, I turn around now. I'm thinking I'm dizzy. I don't drink, so I'm thinking I'm. And next thing you know, I see the whale. I only seen this shit on TV. I seen the
Hmm.
whale's tail go up and come back and the whole water just went. Now we way out, but the whale's a long way further than us. And when he splashed, water came on the boat. Like we felt it, like it was a little like rain. And I was like, man, we need to go back, man, because we getting a little too close, man. We a little too. I seen the little big turtles in the water. I'm like, man, this is crazy. And then I seen a shark, but we had to go. We had to go.
The shark,
We was on a boat. We was on a boat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't no yacht. It was a boat. And it was a party boat. And I'm just sizing up. When I start getting nervous, I'm sizing up who's going over first. I'm not going. So, you know, like.
It was beautiful there because one of the islands where Pearl Harbor is, they would go down. I don't know if you visit that location, but you would go underwater and you're
Not
in
me.
a facility. No,
Not
you're
I.
not. You're not underwater. You're in the building, and there's an elevator that takes you under and watches them die
No.
in the water.
Not me.
And they got.
I'm not a water dude like that. I can get on a boat. I'm not a water guy, man. I'm not a water guy unless I'm in my jacuzzi or my pool shower. I'm cool. Me getting in the. Let me tell you something. I'd rather walk and something go down than in the water. Because you're in the water, you're in someone else's world. Like, them animals, they say, like, you're not beating up a shark, money. You're just not. And even if you're in the water, you're swinging, whatever you have, you're swinging. It's like slow motion. The shark lives there. The shark lives there. So the shark is and knock you. I'm not doing none of that, money. If I can get water to my ankles, I'm happy. I'm not doing none of that. If somebody drowns, they kind of messed up fucking with me. Like, really? Yo, see you later. It was good. I'll catch you. But I'm not jumping in the water, man. I'm not doing I can't do it. I can't see it. I was in Cancun. Me, Mary J. Blige, Lorianne, all of us. We in Cancun and we wilding out. We had a show out there. Color Me Bad was out there, all of us. Marky Mark, Funky Bun. We all out there. And we wilding. Next thing you know, I'm a little buzzed. That's when I used to drink. I'm a little buzzed. I'm in the water and I just felt something grabbing me, man. For real. And I'm like, yo, what the hell? So I'm looking at the one person I can see. And I grab somebody's arm. I forget who it was, but if I'm going, somebody's coming with me. We're gonna take this journey together. And the next thing you know, it just seemed like it let go. And I was like, I need the hell up out of this ocean right now, buddy. And I don't really mess with that water thing, man. I mean, man.
I'll do snorkeling, and we swam with the turtles, but I
ain't swimming with none of them.
Oh, I've gone way.
I don't want to swim with nothing I eat.
I love it.
I don't want to swim with nothing I eat. I love fish. See you later. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not doing none of that. I kid you not.
Were you able to go to the Luau in Hawaii?
Yeah, we did that. I did the Luau was retarded. Let me tell you, it was raining, so they had to do one of them. One time they had to do one of them inside. And this thing, I'm sitting there and seeing a whole bunch of guys with the little leaves on, doing the little dances and everything. They celebrities out there though. They was getting all the chicks. And these guys is like 2,000 pounds and and they feet all messed up and everything. They be and dude, they had all the chicks. I'm sitting here and they had the food. First of all, I'm looking at the food looking ridiculous. I'm like, I don't know what none of that is. So I'm leaving and I'm going to order me some room service. But it was for like 3.5 hours. Then the next time I go and they cook the pig in the ground. They cook the pig in the ground. And I'm looking at everybody like, y'all really gonna eat that?
It was good.
If you eat the pig in the ground, then the next time you drop something on the floor, you should pick it up and eat it. I'm being real, because if you could do that, you might, listen.
But it's how they do it, and they show you how they do it.
Yeah, I know they lift it up. They got the sticks, the pipes, and they lift it up, but it's still, it's in the ground. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man.
I couldn't rock with that clear noodles thing. I don't know what that was, so I was not touching that. I still to this day, I don't know what that was.
The clear
but
noodles.
the luau was beautiful and how they did everything. And my uncle used to be in the Navy, so he's stationed over there and he created a family over there and everything. So
Yeah, oh
we
yeah,
saw
and
us
Hawaii, yeah.
behind the scenes.
I met people that said like this. They came to Hawaii and they never went back home. They had all their stuff
Yeah.
shipped out. And the crazy part is, this guy, when we got to Hawaii, it's like this guy was trying to, like, you guys should come on this tour. I'm steadfast. When I want to do something, I want to do it. So I wanted to go in the water. I wanted to get on the boat and just go and relax. That
Hmm.
relaxes me. I love getting on a boat. I love in the air. I love in the air. That's just relaxation for me. I don't know why,
Hmm.
but he kept saying, and I was with a group of people, and he was like, he had them gassed. So I was the wrong guy to bring into the building. So they brought me in the building. They wanted to show us the tour. You are going all the way to Hawaii to go look at pineapples, money. I told him, I said, man, listen, I'll go to Ralph's. We got our grocery stores called Ralph's or Kroger's or Pavilions. I'll go to one of those and go get me a pineapple and take a picture, and I'll send it to you guys. I ain't come all the way from Cali to Hawaii to go in a hot van in some dirt and go on a pineapple patch thing. I'm not doing it. So I know he was mad because I think that was like 2 grand, like for the whole everything, and I just
Mm.
spoiled it. I spoiled it. I
Mm.
said I'll get on the boat by myself because I do a lot of things by myself. So I like to have fun with me. You know.
Yeah, that's what better way. You know you're gonna get what you want because you doing you.
Yeah.
But it was nice. I do love the water though, but I understand because I look around when I'm on tour, when I'm traveling and everything. I'm looking. I pay attention in the water. I don't go that far out.
Nah, that guy went out. I mean, he went out, but they know what they're doing because they know how far they can go or whatever. But he was out there. We were out there. Like I couldn't never swim if I had to swim that. I could never swim that back.
No, I would just do the dead man's float, or I would float on my back until we got wherever we got to.
See, I'll probably be scared because I know something. I'll be always thinking something's getting ready to come under me and pull me under. So I'll just be trying to take doggy paddle or something. You know.
Yeah. But I do miss the regular traveling, and now with the COVID hitting, everything's so tricky and extra cautious. So when I do travel, I get the kit from Amazon that has the sheet cover, the cover for your seat, the
Oh,
booty for your
okay.
feet.
Okay.
It's like total $40. I sure do get the package, and they
That's
could
right.
make fun of me all they want to, but I'm like, yeah, I ain't going with without a fight.
Somebody here in your feed want to know about my dancer Tricky and Moet. Tricky, I just got off the phone with like literally like 2 3 hours ago. Moet is in the service. He went into the Air Force or the Army or something like that. But and he's doing great. I saw him one time in Vegas like earlier last year, like before the COVID. I saw him. Tricky's doing his thing. Tricky's doing his thing. Um, I'm supposed to see Tricky in like 2 weeks or so.
Okay.
He wanted to meet me in Vegas this trip, but I was just coming home when he was calling me to come back. So my guys are doing real well, and we all still stay
Good.
together. My team is like I say, family. Like we stay together, we talk. My brother, he's the executive producer for the biggest show in the country. Getting ready to come back on. It's called The Godfather of Harlem. You know,
Yes.
that's my brother's show. McQuan Smith, that's his show. Yes,
Really?
yes, yes, yes. He thugged it out with me. He worked for me. I took him on the road with me and everything. And you know, it's crazy because he's a nut. He's a nut. But anyway, yeah, he's a nut. I'm gonna see him. He's crazy. And we just everybody's great. Thanks for asking too. You know.
Good. That's great. Somebody just asked when's your album dropping?
It's supposed to drop. Supposedly, it's supposed to drop the first day of summer.
Okay.
But hopefully, we can keep that date if nothing goes wrong with this COVID stuff and the Uptown movie. is coming. We got this podcast called Uptown Beyond that we've done with
Okay.
with me, Jimmy Jenkins. He's the president of promotions at Uptown. Jannard Parker, he's one of the producers. And we shot it. We went and got everybody, every artist that Andre has ever messed with that knew something about Dre. We went. The Beyond part is we got all of these different people, like movie people, and we interviewed them. And it's a thing to show, the thing about Andre, a tribute to Andre Harrell. And then we got the Uptown Beyond is just beyond belief because we're doing so much stuff, and that's supposed to drop too. I may drop a sizzle on that just to let the world know it's coming as well. It's a lot of stuff we doing, and COVID brought out the real hustlers, man. I'll tell you that.
Woo!
COVID brought out the real hustlers because, you know, it shut down a lot of stuff that a lot of people was doing. So a lot of people had to rethink their steps and say, "Yo, I gotta make moves." And I see a lot of people doing the podcast, and I don't care if you got two interviews, man, two people in your fold. If you want to say something to me, man, and I really have the time, I'm gonna rock with you because you never know. Like I say, you never know what's gonna happen and who gonna blow up. I ain't even looking for the blow up. Just the conversation is a blessing for me. You know what I mean?
Yes, I
That's
really do. I really do. And yes, you're right. COVID, it makes you rethink things and like plan out and be like,
hmm
So I'm like, let's go. And I'm like, I'll inbox everybody on IG. I'll follow. And I'm like, look, I would like to interview you. I'm a hip hop legend follower.
That's
I
right.
follow, and then Bilal was like, call him. He's gonna do it. Tell him I sent you. I said, okay. So now we have DJ Eddie F that's gonna come on
Eddie, Eddie was on Uptown Beyond. Eddie's my guy.
yes.
Eddie produced One Night Stand, my record One Night Stand. That's when people ask me what's your favorite record. Like I've done, One Night Stand. I love that record. I love performing that record for some reason. Even though Treat 'Em and I'll Do For You on the first album and Lisa Baby, then second album with Close to You, One Night Stand, Everything's Gonna Be All Right. Third album, 69. Just to name a few, and working with Ray Parker Jr.
Mm.
and just doing a lot, man. It's a lot. And
Oh,
and now
tell
I
us
look forward.
more.
I look forward to working with a lot of these new cats and take them out of their way and showing them something else and saying, go get the check for real. Because you
Mm.
guys what these guys have done, this younger generation I like because they getting money. Like back in the day, you sell 500,000 units, you're keeping the lights on at a record company. I don't care what you say. You ain't got to do all this billion streams and all of that. It's cool, but you know what I mean? Like, you sold records. I miss going to the record store. I used to love going to the record store before I was Father MC. I used to love it because it was a shop day for me. I'd go there for one record, I end up with like eight. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it was crazy. That's where you could meet a lot of chicks at too. People didn't know that. Go to the record store. And
Oh, we stayed there
yeah,
Saturday.
that part.
Saturday at the
Uh-huh.
Luau. Where? The Wiz. We would go straight to the Wiz
Oh, with the
party.
Wiz. Yeah. Yeah.
I know, showing the age. I know, I know.
Ah, man. Hey,
But look, we look good for this age.
thank you. Thank you. You do too. You do too. Definitely.
Thank you.
Definitely.
But now, so everybody asks about the album. So we're looking towards the beginning of summer, hopefully with nothing messing up.
Right.
What about the tours towards the summer when it's about to drop or after it drops?
It's going to be after it drops because everything
Okay.
is being that it's good though because everything is getting situated now as we speak. But we already talking. Jay's talking to tour bus companies, and right now you can get it for the cheap because they have nowhere to go because no artist, no entertainment can perform. So if you say you're going on the road, they'll give you a bus where if you was paying, let's say 50 to 100,000 for a bus,
Mm-hmm.
you probably could get a bus now for like literally $5,000, 10,000 for the run with a
Oh.
driver, So I just want to make sure everything is doable, and make sure everything is everything. You
Now,
know.
getting ready for let's go behind the scenes with Father MC for a minute.
Okay.
When it's time for them to set you up for a show, what is it that you require in your room?
Well, that was then, and this is now. So then it was Hennessy and some chicks, and we used to have like for real. We used to say chicks,
Uh-huh.
Hennessy, and Kentucky Fried Chicken. We used to have that in there because I used to work.
Oh, sorry, everyone. I don't know what just happened. IG just literally kicked me out, so I'm going back to get him back on again. We was just chopping it up, and I don't know what happened.